Moving on for now, variants of the coronavirus are emerging across the world. While scientists say it is common for viruses to do so and mutate, it is also causing a lot of concern for scientists across the world. Some variants are mutating to become more contagious, and this is rendering the existing vaccines to become ineffective. It's a huge concern. Countries are bracing up for modified vaccines now to fight the emerging variants and this fresh threat. The United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Singapore and Switzerland. The good news is that health regulators have said the previously authorized vaccines that are being modified will not need a brand new approval. The new guidance was issued jointly by regulators from these 5 countries. This kind of regulation is not new. It is a model already used for other flu vaccines in response to continual changes in the virus. But at the same time, the rule clearly mentions that coronavirus vaccine developers will have to provide robust evidence to support that modified jab has a strong immune response to the variant. This comes amid concerns that a variant first discovered in Brazil may be more resistant to the existing vaccines. The UK has banned direct flights from 33 countries in an effort to prevent variants of concern from becoming established in the UK. Mandy Clark, our London bureau chief, has been sharing all those updates with us. Mandy, give us a better sense of the measures that the UK is taking at this point when it comes to containing the spread of this new variant, which has emerged as a fresh threat over the last few weeks and also sent the hospitalization rate on the upward trend. But now, as compared to that period, things are somewhat under control.
Yes, the UK has been on the back foot when it came to the starting of the pandemic. They were slow to close down. There was spread, and of course it had the highest levels of death rates because of the coronavirus. But since that time, the vaccine rollout has been incredibly successful, and they've been really focusing on clamping down on those variants. The variants are the biggest single threat to the UK getting out of lockdown. So we've seen very strict measures coming into force with the closure of flights to certain countries. It's restricted, and also when they come in, there is these quarantine hotels where they're holding people for 2 weeks to ensure those variants don't get out. A few have, and the minute they have, we've seen door-to-door testing of those local areas where those variants are, because the deep concern the UK has that the variants will affect the strength, quality, and effectiveness of the vaccine, and that is the real danger. So until the variant control, we're seeing very strict clampdown measures. But overall, the vaccine rollout has been quite good. Overall, they have been using the AstraZeneca jab. Now, we do know that it's less effective when it comes to the South African variant, and so there is that deep concern with those variants.
At the same time, the positive development is that there will be no need for fresh approval for these modified vaccines. So that would mean that there will not be the time period under question as compared to the earlier vaccines.
Yes, the ability to have those adapted vaccines is very, very good news. They have a much shorter span needed to create those modifications to tackle those variants. So it seems very good news for the threat of those variants, for the ability for scientists to have those modified vaccines available to the public in those short week time spans instead of those month time spans. So that is certainly very good news when it comes to tackling corona.
Mandy Clark, thanks very much for those updates, leaving it there for the moment. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.